Lori here. I really did plan on starting this video much earlier, but I wanted to do basically like a 24-hour or a little bit over 24-hour readathon vlog. It's almost 9 o'clock. It is Sunday night, September 1st. Happy going back to Hogwarts Day. I always miss the train. So sad. I also live in America. It's kind of hard to catch it. But Ilvermorny, I'm coming for you, girl. Or boy, as the case may be. But I really did want to do this last 24 hours of reading before I go back to work. And I literally read like 2 chapters of this today. The House of Salt and Sorrow by Erin A. Craig. I'm on page 182. That those don't know, this is a book. It is a retelling of the 12 princesses, and it's set on this island, and there's a murder that starts, well, a series of murders that you learn about in this book about this family. It's a very, very creepy, engaging read, so I really don't want to tell you too much, but know that there is a mystery. They're set on a mysterious island. There's a lot of girls. But yeah, so I'm really going to dive in and try to tackle a little bit more. But yeah, that's my plans right now. I don't have a lot to do tomorrow. Tomorrow's Labor Day. I am going to a yoga class. I'm having lunch with my cousin or cousins, and that's really about it. So I did literally all of my errands that I had to do today, which I'm super excited about. I did listen to also like 3 chapters of Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. I changed over my computer. I did all the errands I had to do. So now I could sit back and read for the next 24 hours and just relax. I'm going to try to stay up later, not like super late, but maybe like till like 2 and see how far I can get in this read. That's my plan, and I'll take you guys along for the journey. But I'll check back in when I make a little bit more progress. Talk to you guys in a bit. Bye. I just wanted to do a small update. It is about 10:10, and I did actually read a little bit more. I'm now on page like 250. I'm finally seeing the elements of the 12 Dancing Princesses myths. I'm really liking that. The cast of characters are definitely getting easier to follow. There's a lot of girls in this book. I really would have appreciated like just a family tree to know who everyone is, because the names are all very, very similar. And then there's some characters that are no longer alive. So I just would like to have like a little bit more clarity. But I am liking the story. I think it's not super creepy, but there are like creepy elements that keep me very, very engaged. I really do like the main character, and I'm really intrigued to see how the mystery turns out. Like, how did Urella die in the start of the story, and how, like, is this family cursed? There was an element of like a Narnia-like element in this book that I'm really liking, and I'm wondering if other characters are going to learn about that element of the story. The father's dynamics with the girls is super interesting. There has been some elements in the past like 20 pages that made me be like, oh, what is going to happen? But yeah, I'm also liking the dynamics between the lead girl and the stepmother, because normally those relationships are very, very fraught and they're never good. This one's like really interesting, and I'm really liking that. I really love the little girls in this book. There's like 3 littler girls, especially the little one, Verity, and she's very, very cute. But yeah, I'm on page 250. I'm gonna read a little bit more. I'm like 60 pages done. Normally when I get to 60 pages in a book, I want to plow through and finish, so that's gonna be what I'm gonna try to do. I don't know how late I'm gonna stay up, but I'm not really all that tired, which is good. So I'll definitely check back in when I make a little bit more progress. Talk to you guys in a bit. Bye. Lori here. I'm back. I just did realize that this is like my last like full night that I can stay up as late as I want, because the next couple of nights and then for the rest of the year I have to go to bed at like 11. So I'm gonna try to stay up a little bit later than I normally do. But I did get up to page 304 in A House of Salt and Sorrow. There was definitely some plot twist that I like wasn't expecting, which I'm really intrigued by. There was some elements that were tossed in that I'm curious about. I want to know more about this world, because this world I think could have been developed like a little bit more strongly at the start of it. Because there's elements that are being added now that I'm like, well, how is that different? But I still am really, really, really enjoying the main character. I think the mystery is very, very compelling. There's one character in this book that I really, really like. He's not getting enough screen time or page time, but I really do like him. And I'll be curious to see how the aftermath of this book happens. I have about I have like about 100 pages left. I don't know how far I'm gonna make tonight, but we will definitely see, and I'll definitely check back in before I go to bed. Talk to you guys in a bit. Bye. Here, I'm just checking back in. I did decide to head to bed a little bit earlier than I was originally anticipating, but I did get up to page 322 of this book, and I'm really enjoying it. It's definitely getting intriguing, I'll say that. Sorry, the lighting's really, really bad. I think my favorite character is about to do a not so great thing, so I will wait until tomorrow to see what that is. And tomorrow I'm going to read a lot. That's my plan. I have a couple of errands, but tomorrow I'm going to read a lot and get a lot of reading done and enjoy my last day off of summer break. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hey, it's Lori here. I'm just checking back in. It is 8:30 in the morning, so it's kind of early, but I am making more progress on The House of Salt and Sorrow. I'm now on page 376. This book is like finally at the climax. Finally, everything's coming together. I can't wait to see what this book has actually been about. You know, they're having a lot of like different possibilities being thrown around by all the different types of characters. This book is definitely set in like an historical time period, so some things are pretty like typical about the ideas that they have about magic. I wish the world building would have been like a little bit clearer, but I think that the reason that it wasn't clear is so this could be happening, like this confusion. So I'm gonna sit down here and finish this hopefully before I go to yoga. But yeah, I'm very happy. I read about. Go back on the video and I'll tell you what page. But I read about like 100, I think like 200 pages. I'll get my final count at the end of this. But yeah, that's my thoughts right now, and I'll come back in when I'm done. Talk to you guys in a bit. Bye. I just want to check back in and say that I did wind up finishing A House of Salt and Sorrow by Erin A. Craig. This was the Owl Crate book for the month of August. I actually wound up really, really liking it. I thought it was a very compelling mystery set in historical fiction setting. I really did like the main character. I was really impressed with the mystery. I think that the world building could have been a little bit clearer at the start, but um that's like my only like critique of it. I thought it was a very interesting novel. I really liked it. I liked the world building. I thought the end was a little bit of an info dump, but that tends to happen at the end of like mysteries. But I really did like the main character. I really did like the romance. I thought that there was some plot points that got dropped a little bit like in the middle. But overall, I really liked it. I would give this like a solid 4 stars. It's definitely a complete standalone, which I do like, and I've been reading a lot of those lately, and they're kind of sometimes hard to come by. So I was really impressed with that. So I wound up giving this 4 stars, and this book was 400 pages, and I think if I remember correctly, I started at 250. I'll have to go back in the page counts and look, so now I completed this. And then I wound up choosing another number, and the book that I chose was The Paris Dreamers by Natasia Lister. This is the first historical fiction adult book I've probably ever read. I think I read a couple when I was much younger, but this one just piqued my interest, and a friend of mine says it was really, really good. So I'm going to head to town, go to yoga, and I'll probably update you guys when I come back. And then, yeah, that's my plans for today, and this is my last full day off, so I plan to enjoy it. Let's see, how many pages is this book? This book has about 500 pages, so I would love to tackle a good amount of this today, but we will see. We will see what happens in my reading life. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. It's Lori here. I'm back. It's definitely later than I thought it was going to be, but I'm still am doing my readathon. I took a couple hours off to go see my cousin who I never see. We went out to lunch. We did a little bit of shopping. I went for a bike ride. I worked out. Got myself all my bags packed for tomorrow, well, most of them packed. So now I'm going to head back to reading, and I did read about 22 pages of The Paris Seamstress, and don't want to say anything yet because I want to know like where the book goes, but like I'm definitely intrigued. Like I'm really intrigued by the story so far, and I'm really liking it. Basically, right now I'm in 1940s. I'm in Paris. It's right in the middle of the war, and the Germans are coming to Paris. So we follow this one character. Her name is Estella, and she's very into like the fashion industry, and that's kind of all that I've got so far. But I'm really liking it. I'm gonna head upstairs and read for a little bit. It is raining here. It's not a very nice more Labor Day for like barbecues. We weren't planning on having a barbecue anyway. But tomorrow I do head back to work, so I want to read I want to make a good chunk on this book. That's my goal today. I'm now on page 22. I would like to get up to page like 200 if possible, but I really don't have any more plans for the rest of the night. I specifically got done all my errands so I could focus on this for the rest of the evening, but I'll check back in when I make a little bit of reading progress. Talk to you guys in a bit. Bye. Lori here. I'm just gonna throw this into this reading vlog, but I did get my Owl Crate Jr. Tunnel of Bones box, and I really wanted to share it with you guys. It's been a while since I got an Owl Crate Jr. box, but this is the new packaging that they have, which is so cute. And this is Tunnel of Bones, the second book in the City of Ghosts series by Victoria Schwab. I really remember liking the first one. This is the pretty card that comes with it. That's the girl, and then that's her ghost friend. The first thing, ooh, oh my goodness, I see a black cat. Oh my goodness, he's so furry. Oh my goodness, and this is from Wild Republic, and I think, what is this? I'll look on the card. But this is a wildlife rescue, and this is like I'll look on the card, but he's so cute. I actually might put him on my desk at work. I have a couple of little like things on my desk at work, so he might actually go there and be one of my desk mates. The next thing I'm seeing, is a Haunted Remains unscented spooky soap, which is like nice and creepy, and I will definitely use this in my Instagram photos for the fall months. So that's really, really cool. I'm gonna have to take all this stuff. The next thing I'm seeing is an Owl Crate Jr. Ooh, that is such a pretty necklace. Here, I'll show it to you guys. It has like a spider web on the back, and then it's like a mirror. That's very nice. I will have to look that up and see what it is. Oh, and we also got Could You Escape the Paris Catacombs? This is an interactive survival adventure. This is really, really nice. And I actually might wind up bringing this to my kids, and we might actually wind up reading it during the holidays. But it's one of those interactive mysteries, and I always really enjoy those. So, and this is another tote. Ooh, this tote bag is nice. What does this say? The front, it says, watch and listen, see and know, it's what you are. But this is a very, very pretty tote bag. Very, very nice. Next thing I'm seeing is an Edinburgh little sticker, and I actually just got a new laptop, so I'll probably put that on my new laptop. Ooh, and here's another one. Here's a Paris sticker, which I'll definitely put those on my new laptop. This is the little button that goes with the card. I have to find a new place to put my buttons. And then they have the Owl Crate Jr. thing. They have a Tunnel of Bones playlist in the back, which I think is really, really nice. They have an interview with the author. If you like this, read this. They have a crossword puzzle, an interview with the artist, passports to haunted cities, which I'm sure we'll get more of these in future boxes. Maybe the next time we have a box, we'll get another one. But yeah, this box I was so excited. Let me actually show you guys the book. I didn't actually show you guys that. This comes with a card about that, and then it comes with a cool poster, which is so cool that I will definitely be putting on my wall either here or at work. And then their version of the cover is this. So that is so exciting. I really, really love their boxes. I think that they're so well crafted, so organized, and I think I might actually wind up bringing this to work with me, and we might actually wind up reading it during the the holidays or the Christmas time. Not Christmas time, Halloween. What am I talking about? But yeah, so that's my small unboxing for Owl Crate Jr. This guy, I wanted to show you guys. Choose your path and put your wits to the test. Cass and Grimm, now you have your fuzzy feline from Wild Republic, and he represents Cass and Grimm. Release your souls, watch and listen, carry your next sack of ghost stories home from the library. Wash away with the soap, reading passport. Yeah, so this guy is definitely going to come back to work with me. But yeah, that was actually a really, really cool box. I really, really love them. I think that they're so well crafted. And yeah, back to reading I go. See you guys in a bit. Bye. Hey, Lori here. I'm back. I just wanted to do a small update. It is pouring raining in New York. Pouring, and there's like a tornado warning the county over, so I'm not going outside anymore, but I did get my bike ride in early, so that's good. So I did make a little bit more progress on the Paris Streamstress by Natasha Lister. I'm on page 44. And I'm in the 1940s timeline, and this girl has to unexpectedly leave Paris because she fell into um, a situation that she should not have been in. So she's leaving her mother behind. She's on a ship. She came across a man, and now she's going to New York. So this is actually really interesting. I'm really, really compelled. She's 21 years old. I'm hoping that there's more like political intrigue that happens when she gets there, but we will see. And I will catch you guys up when I get there. Talk to you guys in a bit. Bye. Hey, Lori here. I'm back. It is 6:14, and I did make some progress on the Paris Seamstress. I'm now on page 72. I'm really liking this book. This book is structured a little bit differently than normal like historical fiction books that I've heard of. Like you follow one character for a good chunk of the book, and then the next chunk of the book takes place in modern day. But the one thing I'm loving about Estella is like she is such a character that's just so strong. She knows what she wants. She's basically being sent to America because she fell into some spy issues back in Paris. Her mother's still there, but she has a love to be a fashion designer and to design her own fashions. And when she was in Paris, she would be a copyist, so she would take sketches of designs and then she would send those back to America and they would basically make copies of them. But now that she's in America, she really wants to be her own designer and have her own opinions, and that is not really what the American. There isn't really an American fashion industry. It's just basically copying Parisian designs, but the Parisian designs don't really exist right now because they're in war. So now there's a possibility that she might start her own company. She has a trio of characters that are following her, and I'm really, really liking this. I'm loving that she's such like a strong, independent woman and so out of her time. But yeah, I'm gonna read a little bit more. I'm gonna keep you guys apprised. But I'm really enjoying this. It's definitely a thicker read. It's like about 500 pages, but I'm reading it at a very, very quick pace. So I'll keep you guys updated as I read a little bit more. Talk to you guys in a bit. Bye. Lori here. I'm back. I just wanted to do a small check-in. It's about 7:12, and I did actually finish the first part of this book. So I got to page 81, and I finished Estella's part, and she made a connection that kind of ended that, and now we're going to jump into the future to 2015, following Fabian Basset, which I guess is Estella's great-granddaughter. So we're going to see her and what's like for 2015. So I'm really intrigued. I'm really liking all the fashion elements in this book, and I'm loving the time period, and I'm loving like the New York as a set around World War II. I'm really intrigued. I'm curious to see like if the the elements of war and like espionage and like spycraft become a little bit more prevalent in this book. I'll be curious. But yeah, so far I'm really liking it. I'm going to start Fabian's part right next, and I'll be sure to check in when I make a little bit of progress. Talk to you guys in a bit. Here I'm back. I've been watching some much older booktube videos that I'm really enjoying, and I've updated a couple of ebooks and stuff, which is really exciting. Also, very exciting news. I had a goal for myself that before I went back to school, I wanted to experience 100 books because that's just a goal that I had. And I can say, including books that are not on Goodreads, because there's one book I read like over the summer that's called Memento by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. It cannot be on Goodreads because it was like a pre-order incentive. But if you count that, I have read 100 books and I go back to work tomorrow. So I did succeed in that goal, which I'm really, really proud of myself. And I really am excited to see what the rest of my reading life is like this year. And I'm hopeful that I will be able to devote more time to fun things when I get off of work, which I was not able to do last year, like at all. So, but I did read 100 pages of The Paris Dreamstress by Natasha Lister. And now we're in 2015. I'm really liking the 2015 point of view, and I have so many questions about now the connection back to the previous storyline. So I'm really curious to see what happens and how she gets from point A to point B, because it's a very, very big jump. Yeah, I'm really liking it, and it's definitely like a compelling story. I'm curious to see how the spycraft elements wove into the story. But yeah, I'm really liking the fashion elements as well. I am not a fashion forward person by any means, but I do like reading about fashion. When I was younger, I used to love reading like the Gossip Girl novels and the A-list novels because they always talked about fashion. But this is like for historical fiction read. I'm really, really enjoying it. So I'll be sure to update probably a few more times before I go to bed. Um, I'm going to try this week to maybe make this a week reading vlog, or maybe end it before I go back to school. I haven't quite decided yet, but I am doing the Owl Readathon, so I might just try to read a bunch of Owl books this week. Who really knows? But I will be sure to update you guys in a little bit. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Here, I'm just checking back in. This is 24 hours of reading. I started this reading vlog at 9:15 last night, and I'm ending this section of this reading vlog at 9:15 Monday night. But I did actually make some more progress on the Paris Seamstress. I'm now on page 128. I'm not going to end this reading vlog, though. I'll keep going for the rest of the week and see how long it gets. If it gets over a couple of minutes, I'll probably like make 2 reading vlogs this week. But I'm like so intrigued by this book because now we're back in the past and things are happening, but yet I'm still really curious about the present. So there's so much information, and I'm just like, what is going on? There might be one of my cool, like, I have one thing I love to read about in books, and I don't want to spoil it because if I'm right, then I'm going to be like, oh, well, then I'm right. But I'm really excited about that. I'm loving the spycraft elements that we're meeting, and now I'm liking how we are going back and forth between the storylines, but they're doing it in like kind of an interesting way because you're getting like a couple of chapters and then you're going backwards, and I'm really liking that. I think I would have liked it a little bit less if we spend one part of the book with Estella and then one part of the book with Fabiana, because I think the reveals would have not been as like affecting. But I'm really, really enjoying this book, and I'm so sad that I have to go back to work tomorrow because I would probably read it all night. But I'm just so fascinated by it. I'm loving how this book is set in Paris and in New York, and it deals with World War II. I'm just really intrigued, and I wish I can read more. But I'm gonna like start like getting ready for bed and do all that fun stuff because I do actually go to bed rather early on school nights. I go to bed at like 11. I don't know how that's gonna work tonight because I haven't gone back to bed at 11 since all summer, so we will see. If I really, really can't sleep, I may try to put in like an audiobook or something, but we'll see. But I will check in with you guys tomorrow when I come home from work and let you know how my first day of work was, and let you know how much reading I have accomplished. But for today and yesterday, from when I started, I have read about, let me see if it's going to tell me, 346 pages. So that's really, really cool. So, and I'm probably read a little bit more, and I listened to like 3 chapters of Throne of Glass, which is really exciting. I mean, not Throne of Glass, of Kingdom of Ash. But, so yeah, I read about 350 pages for the for my readathon, and I'll check in with you guys tomorrow and let you know how many pages I read then. But I'll talk to you guys tomorrow for another update. Bye. Hi guys, Lori here. I'm back. It is September 3rd. Today's actually my grandpa's birthday, but today was the first full day that we all had to go back to work, and we had a bunch of meetings. I officially know who I'm teaching for the 2019-2020 school year. I know some of my students actually watch these videos, so I'm not going to say who well, you guys wouldn't know anyway. But I am very, very pleased, and I'm excited to see what drama and art we create this year. I was very proactive in my goal to do a limited amount of work at home. I did very, very few things, and tomorrow I'm going to spend a lot of time doing work while I'm at work, which is the plan. But yeah, I did wind up reading a little bit of the Paris Seamstress on the train ride to and from work, and I got up to page 162. I'm really enjoying this. I'm halfway convinced I know what the relation between the two characters in the past is, but I'm curious to see how that causes the present to happen. So I'm really enjoying it. It's definitely a read that's a page turner, and I'm really, really invested in it. So I'm going to turn this video off and go read and watch a little bit of videos, and I'll come back in before I go to bed, and I will let you guys know my thoughts. I was able last night to watch one episode of Pushing Daisies, so I'm probably going to watch another one tonight before I go to bed. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Bye. I'm back. I just wanted to do a small update. I just got home from work. I had to run some errands and I stayed a little bit later today than I normally did, but I feel like I'm ready for the first day of school, which if you checked out my last year's reading vlog, I definitely was not ready for the first day of school last year, but I do feel ready. I'm excited to see who I'm teaching and see what new kids I get, and might see my old kids again too, which is really exciting. But I did make some progress on the Paris Dreamstress. I'm now on page 228. The last time I was with the girl in the present, something massive happened, but we're back in the past, and I think it might go the way that I was hoping it would go, but I'm really intrigued to see about all the family mysteries that are being revealed. I'm really liking it. We're also getting a lot of different point of views than I was expecting in this book. I was expecting just to get two, but we're getting more than two, which is actually really nice. It kind of fleshes out the world a little bit, which I'm really enjoying. But yeah, I'm about 228 pages in, and I would love to tackle a little bit more of this tonight. I doubt I'll finish it tonight, but I do want to read a little bit more. But yeah, I'll definitely update you guys in a little bit and let you guys know how much progress I made. I'll talk to you guys later for another update. Bye. Here, I've gotten a little bit tired, so I don't know how much more I'm going to be reading tonight. I do have the first day of school tomorrow, but I did wind up reading up to page 266 of the Paris Seamstress. I'm really liking all the point of views that we're getting. I think it's really interesting. I think we're finally going to learn a little bit more about in the past about the relationship between two characters, which I'm really excited about. I kind of have a theory like what's happening in that part of the book, but I'm really also excited to go back to the present day because that left out on like a big cliffhanger. I really am enjoying this book. It's definitely a different type of book that I normally read, but it's a genre that I hope to read more of. I do like the war elements. I do like the spycraft. I do like the emphasis on fashion. It's just a really, really fun read. It's not like a fun read, but it's like a compelling read. Like I'm learning a lot of historical stuff as well about it, which I'm really enjoying. But yeah, so I have a tradition before the first night of school. I always watch the going to the Yale episodes for Gilmore Girls. So I think I'm going to pop that in and try to watch that for a little bit. I don't know how much I'm going to stay awake because I'm pretty exhausted. Today was like a lot of we didn't like have meetings today, but we did like a lot. I like set up my whole classroom, my stage, it was nice. And then, so yeah, I'm going to probably go watch that and then go to head to bed, and hopefully I'll get to meet my kid. Well, I will meet someone tomorrow. Hopefully all my students I'll get to meet, but I'll definitely check back in tomorrow and let you guys know briefly how my day went and if I made any more progress on the Paris Seamstress. I also did listen to like 5 chapters of The Kingdom of Ash as well, so that was really exciting. But I'll check in tomorrow and let you guys know how much more progress I made. Right now I am on page 266. Lori here, I'm back. It is September 5th, which is the first day of school, and it was actually a rather good day. I'm actually like so happy with the day. It was actually a rather good day. I got to meet some new classes, see some old classes, see some students that were in the show last year. It was just a really good day. I listened to about 4 chapters of Kingdom of Ash, and I also got up to page 326 in the Paris Seamstress. I'm really, really enjoying this book. I'm back in the Fabiana timeline, which I'm really enjoying, and I'm curious to see what choices she makes. There was a lot of like quick reveals in the past timeline, so there's one mystery that I'm really curious about, and I'm hopeful that we'll get like an answer to it soon. But yeah, this book has about 450 pages, so I would love to tackle a little bit more. I would love to finish this book tonight, really, but I don't know if that's gonna go. But I am gonna go read and just start thinking a little bit about the future for the year, but ultimately just read and relax and watch some TV. And I'll check in with you guys later, and I will actually check in tonight. So, bye guys. Guys, Lori here. I did wind up finishing The Paris Seamstress by Natasha Lister. I think I would wind up giving this book like 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I love the dual timeline. I love both characters. I love the complexity of the story. I really love the historical fiction aspects of it. I really love the fashion industry. I thought the strong female characters were really interesting. I also really enjoyed the various point of views that we got because we did get more than the two girls, which I really liked. It was just such a compelling read. Really enjoyed it. The first historical fiction book that I read in like a while. But I think I'm going to end this reading vlog and I'm going to start a new one tomorrow. But I will tell you my next read. It is Beautiful by Renee Ahdieh. And when I start reading this, I'll come on tomorrow and tell you guys more about it. But let me know in the comments if you're going back to school and what are you reading or what have you been reading this week. I would love to hear it. But I really did enjoy The Paris Seamstress a lot. This was a like a 450-page book, but it read super fast, and I really enjoyed it. And I'll talk to you guys next time for another reading vlog. Bye!